God, guys, what a freaking rush to get over here. This just in. We just got here. We're receiving reports of an active battle unfolding at the watermelon patch. We're at the freaking watermelon patch, guys. Sources on the ground describe the scene as total chaos. There's initial visuals confirm the presence of a hamster, two angry individuals, they're both green, and a man in some sort of engagement with a fierce combat with what appears to be a young child, and maybe her cat? Could be a volleyball as well? We're not quite sure. Wait, am I getting this right? Is that Billy saying that the watermelons are alive? Billy, are you there? Is he there? Billy, where are you?
I'm here.
Oh, God.
Watermelons. They're after me. Send out.
Were you able to dodge the watermelons? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the watermelon patch, and it was an impromptu battle. We had no idea this was going to happen today. The watermelon patch is being overrun. We've got the forces of darkness and the forces of light. The forces of darkness, they just came in and they started slaughtering everyone and every person, every bunny, every watermelon that you could find. But thankfully, the forces of the light were here to help. And so we are here for this battle. Now, Billy, I think that we're doing a 2v2 for this battle. Who are the first two contestants?
That is correct, Jedi. We are 2v2. Also, I don't know if you can, but right now the screen share is smaller than your face.
Wow.
You can swap that.
We are going to swap that.
Alrighty. But in this battle, we are going to pair the giant hamster ball of light against Wilson, as well as Travis Scotch going up against the watermelon itself.
Okay. All right. So you said Travis Scott is one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scotch. I'm sorry.
Travis Scott. Yes.
All right. So if I take a look at Travis Scotch here, let's report into everyone on who is going to be fighting. So Travis Scotch is a legendary figure in the realm of epic fantasy. Once a renowned bard who captivated audiences with his lyrical prowess and unparalleled command of the spoken word. Hailing from a line of noble warriors, he had the gift of weaving words. So this is Travis Scott. We're going to add him to the forces of light. Is that right?
That is correct.
All right. And what is he? What class is he?
I would say he would be a rogue.
A rogue, indeed.
Yeah. We don't have a bard, so I think rogue is going to be our next best bet.
All right. Who else on the force of light?
And then he is paired up with the giant hamster ball of light.
Giant hamster ball of light. Okay, this one right here. Summoned by K-Star Fireheart. In the celestial realm of Elysium, where the very air whispers of eternal grace and divine purpose, there dwells a remarkable creature known as the giant hamster ball of light. So, what class is the giant hamster ball of light?
A cleric, of course.
Okay, a cleric he is. Let's do this. All right. And now for the forces of darkness.
For the forces of darkness, we have Wilson, the immortal volleyball.
Okay, Wilson, the immortal volleyball. We're
gonna pair ball v ball.
Let's see. Wilson. There it is. Wilson. I see Wilson. Here we go. So Wilson, the immortal volleyball, was once a revered object of sport and recreation. Oh, so it's not actually these two people. It's the volleyball itself.
Mm-hmm.
But a dark and ancient power possessed him, transforming him into a vessel of chaos and deception. Okay, so Wilson's up. Let's add him. What class is Wilson?
I think Wilson would be a warrior. He's just a ball. All he knows is just hit people.
All right, Wilson's there. Carrie Arntz agrees with you. We got a lot of people joining us today, so welcome everyone. We also have a new little thing where we can actually overlay the chat, so I'll try to do this on and off. We got new software, so very excited. We're playing with it, but it seems to be working a lot better than the other stuff. All right, so we got Wilson, and who's the next one?
I think the next one's going to be the watermelons, Jedi.
The watermelons? All right, let me see if I can find these watermelons. So the watermelon. Oh my God, the watermelon. Here it is. All right, the watermelon summoned by Sky Chu Kigu. Watermelon, once a humble fruit, found itself transported into a realm of magic and wonder, where the laws of nature no longer applied. Imbued with a newfound purpose, it joined the armies of darkness, determined to challenge the very foundations. All right, here we go. We've got Mr. Watermelon. I'm going to copy him over here. And what class is the watermelon? Besides fruit.
Jedi, that's a good question. Marcio, what do you think this watermelon should be?
I think it's the most fearsome warrior in the kingdom.
All right. All right. Oh, my God. I'm terrified here. Okay. Let's see what happens. The battle is starting, ladies and gentlemen. In round one, Wilson rolled a 26. Watermelon rolled an 18. Travis Scotch rolled a 31. Giant Hamster rolled a 15. That means that Travis Scotch goes first. And Travis Scotch is defending the wrong team, apparently. But I think he's a little drunk because of the scotch. So, luckily, in round two, we see that people have figured out what they're supposed to do. And now they're fighting each other in earnest. So this is going to happen. This is going to go on for a little bit. We've got the giant ball of light, the Travis Scotch, and then we've also got the watermelon and Wilson. So while it's thinking here, what do we think is going to happen, guys? Who's everyone rooting for? What do you guys rooting for?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm Team Watermelon here.
All right, Billy's on Team Watermelon. So Team Watermelon is the dark side. So you're voting for the dark today.
Oh, I'm just excited to see the battle between watermelons and hamsters. You know, it's something you don't see every day. So
I know. So all right. So like, let's think logistically here. We essentially have two balls, right? Like, well, we've got. Oh wait, actually, it's not two balls. We have a grouping of watermelon. What do you call it? Like a patch of watermelon. So I would suppose that in the patch, you know, all these watermelons, they look innocent, and hiding in the middle of them is Mr. Wilson, who's just this volleyball, dark and demonic. And we have the giant hamster and Travis Scotch. You know, Travis Scotch, he's walking along. He's got his hamster on his shoulder because that's where hamsters go. And he's drinking a scotch, having a good old time. And all of a sudden, he hears something. He looks around and he looks at his hamster and he's like, "Did you hear anything?" And the hamster's like, No, I didn't. And then he continues drinking scotch. By the way, he doesn't actually know that the hamster is actually talking. He's quite confused on whether or not he's just a raging alcoholic or whether or not the hamster actually can talk. It's yet to be determined. And so he continues walking. He gets into the middle of this watermelon patch. And all of a sudden, the watermelons come alive. And this epic battle pursues and ensues. So I'm rooting for Travis Scotch and the watermelon. I think they're going to survive somehow. Even though it's a team versus team, I think 1-1 is going to survive. Let's see. It looks like the story is ready. Should we see what happens?
Yeah, Jedi, can you clap the chat here?
Can I do what?
Clap the chat so this for the viewers.
Yes, I can. All right. And let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear this audio.
We cannot hear it, Jedi.
We can't hear it?
No. Chat, are you able to hear it?
Chat,
right.
can you hear the audio?
First moves were unleashed. Wilson darted forward,
There you go.
shadows trailing behind him, while Watermelon harnessed a dark energy that crackled through the air. Travis Scott met their onslaught head-on, wielding a blazing sword of light, parrying Wilson's swift strikes. Meanwhile, the giant hamster ball rolled into action, glowing with a radiant force that sent Watermelon skidding backward. Just when the battle seemed poised to tip in favor of the light team, an unexpected tremor shook the battlefield. The ground beneath them began to split, releasing luminescent fireflies that filled the air with dazzling light and disorienting both teams. Amid the swirling chaos, Wilson seized the moment of confusion, slipping through the cracks to strike a decisive blow against Travis, unbalancing the light team. In the wake of this unexpected upheaval, Watermelon found renewed strength within the fractured arena, casting a sweeping wave of darkness that engulfed the giant hamster ball, dimming its brilliance. With this sudden reversal, the dark team emerged victorious, leaving behind shimmering remnants of the light that once held sway.
Team Darkness takes the W. Jedi, if you're talking,
Are you talking? Yeah.
I think you went on mute.
We can still hear you.
As Jedi tries to figure that out, I just want to say the visual that this created was as good as I hoped when I pitted ball versus ball.
And just look at the watermelon, Billy. It just looks
so
majestic.
Badass.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can
Yes.
hear you, yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, and we got Andrea too. Hey, Andrea. All right. That was an epic battle. I did not know that the Fireflies were going to change everything, but they did. So I suppose we got to change this now. So the hamster has been defeated, huh? And so has Travis Scott.
Nah, the little ball of fur.
The little ball of fur, indeed. All right. So let me share my other screen here. And let's go back to this guy. Okay, so we've got Wilson and Watermelon have survived. The giant hamster ball and Travis Scott have been defeated. Are we going to the next combatants?
We are, Jedi, because from the south of the forest, from the tree line, emerges two green figures. We have Ooga Tooga the Clanless, accompanied by his companion Bunnyhawk. And as they enter the battlefield, they stumble upon Maribel Sullivan and her fluffball Hellkitten, who have just been disturbed from their peaceful nap and are now looking for some blood. And the first people that they find are our two green friends.
I would not trust this cat. Like, if I saw this cat on the street and it was like, hey, give me a home, I'd be like, hell no. No home for you.
He just wants the cuddles, Jedi.
Yeah, his cuddles look dangerous. All right. All right, let's load up these summons. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh. And then we're going to load up these summons here. So we've got on the Forces of Darkness. Is Uga Tuga on the Forces of Darkness, or is he on Force of Light?
He is on the Force of Light.
Force of Light? Okay, cool. So Uga Tuga is on Army of the Light. And is he a warrior?
He is a warrior through and through.
All right. Warrior it is. And then we've got the Bunny Hawk.
I think that's another warrior there, Jedi.
All right, let's do it. All right, then on the Forces of Darkness, we have Floofball. And what would you say Floofball is?
Now that is the question. I feel like the Floofball is a magical cat. So I think they're a form of Dark Cleric.
Dark Cleric? Okay, cool. Dark Cleric. I like that. All right. And now we have Mirabella. Am I saying that right? Mirabelle? What is she?
I'm thinking she's a mage, but I don't know. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, mage could work. I mean, she probably conjured up all those like little, plush toys behind her. So.
Oh, yeah, she may have.
All right. So let's go ahead and start this battle. And while it is going, let's learn a little bit more about them. So, Floofball, the abysmal hell kitten. He was born in the depths of the underworld, a realm of eternal darkness and torment. Her origins can be traced back to the very essence of the infernal plane, where the anguished cries of the damned echo endlessly. This summon is by Sky Chu Kigu. And then we also have Mirabelle, the squishy Sullivan, was once a cheerful and imaginative young girl who found solace in the plush, cuddly world of Squishmallows.
Squishmallows. Yep.
Is that a real thing?
That's a thing, Jedi.
Oh. All right. Well, Squishmallows then. Yeah. I guess I'm showing my gray hairs, huh? As she grew older, her fascination with these soft, squishy creatures evolved into an all-consuming obsession. And that drove her into a deep desire to surround herself with them. And so I guess that led to the Forces of Darkness. So, moral of the story, don't go crazy for Squishmallows.
Squishmallows, yes. Can we just take a second to look at how creepy the faces are on the Squishmallows in the background of that image?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
These things are terrifying.
They're probably all alive. If she's a mage, she probably summons them up and is like, "Hey, go do my bidding." All right. And then on the Forces of Light, we have Uga Tuga, the clan list. Everyone knows that how half-orcs came to be. For Uga's mother, Christiana, her fate was the same as all women captured by orcs. Christiana was part of the merchant convoy as a bodyguard. While the convoy was making its way through the mountains, they were attacked by a tribe of orcs. And since we are, I think, a PG-13 channel, we'll let you all imagine the rest, but eventually Uga Tuga came about. And so this is Uga Tuga. Then we also have the Bunny Hawk. The Bunny Hawk's origins trace back to a fateful Easter egg hunt gone awry. What started as a light-hearted celebration of the spring season quickly escalated when a radioactive egg was accidentally cracked open, bathing this unsuspecting hawk in a surge of cosmic energy. All right, so these are our two contestants on the Forces of Light and two contestants on the Forces of Darkness. How do you think this battle's going to play out?
I don't know, Jedi. I'm Team Darkness, but I kind of want the Bunny Hawk to pull through.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of rooting for the Bunny Hawk too. Whether or not he was light or dark, I just like this concept is just fantastic. Carrie on chat says, "Go Bunny." TriStar says, "Always late, but hey, it's okay." Who are you all voting for in the chat? Who do you guys think is going to win? Forces of Light, Forces of Dark? see. Let's see. Ooh, and it looks like they're still fighting. Let's see what happens. Oh, actually, no. We have the story summary is ready. Should we go ahead and do this?
Let's
Let's see
go.
what happened.
All right. I'm going to share my screen the proper way this time. And that way we should be able to hear everything right from the get-go.
Amidst the swirling mists of a twilight arena, the formidable champions of dark and light faced one another with fiery determination. On the dark side, Floofball, a deceptively adorable yet ferocious warrior, snarled beside the sinister, abysmal Hell Kitten and the elusive Mirabelle Squishy Sullivan. Opposite them, the light team stood resolute, featuring the mighty Ugatuga, the clanless, the hammer-wielding Colossus, and the indomitable Bunny Hulk, their muscles taut with anticipation. The clash commenced with a roar as Bunny Hulk lunged at Floofball, his enormous fists colliding with the agile cat's nimble dodges. Simultaneously, abysmal Hell Kitten unleashed her infernal flames towards Ugatuga, who countered with a ground-shaking war cry that shattered the assault. Meanwhile, Mirabelle Squishy Sullivan weaved through the chaos, a haze of illusions confounding the light team. Just as the battle hung in a delicate balance, a sudden aurora of magical energies erupted from the ground, transforming the battlefield into a chaotic prism of shifting lights. Confused, both teams struggled to regain their bearings as the ground quaked and illusions flickered ceaselessly around them. Seizing the moment of disarray, Ugatuga roared, calling upon the strength of his ancestors. With a mighty swing of his hammer, he shattered the illusory onslaught, and channeling the mysterious energy, unleashed a radiant shockwave that sent the dark team tumbling. Bunny Hulk followed with a relentless attack, his fists pounding with the force of a stampede. As the shifting lights faded, the battlefield lay still. Amidst the dimming glow, Ugatuga and Bunny Hulk stood victorious over their opponents, their triumph secured by that unforeseen twist of fate. The light team emerged with glory in their grasp, their adversaries vanquished amidst the kaleidoscope of a magical upheaval.
I think we're still muted, Jedi. There we go.
You're still muted. Still muted. Still muted.
I pressed the button.
We've been over this. You can't press the button.
I was looking everywhere else except for down. All right. We won! The light team won! Woohoo! So, what do we do now? I suppose the battlefield. I mean, we've got 2 down on the forces of light and 2 down on the forces of darkness.
Yeah. At this point, the Watermelon and Wilson stand face to face with Ugatuga and Bunny Hawk as the smoke is cleared. So I think we have to see what happens. We owe it to the people.
We owe it to the people.
We got to give them the story, Jedi.
This is going to be a decisive battle. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen. I'll start popping it in here. Actually, I can share the Chrome tab. Okay. All right. So we got the Bunny Hawk is in, and Ugatuga. They're both warriors, if I remember right.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then we've got the Watermelon. What was the Watermelon again?
The fearsome warrior as well.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, was that Wilson?
No, I think they're both warriors. I think this is 2v2 warriors across the board.
Okay. All right. We got Wilson. We got that one, and then we got Wilson here. Okay, let's grab Wilson. And Wilson is a warrior. All right. We're going to pop this thing up.
What Jordan just put in the chat is hysterical.
What?
Let's just take the moment to actually see what we just saw. 2 grown angry men, one dressed as a rabbit, physically beating a small child and her kid for taking a nap in the wrong spot. Well, when you word it like that.
Oh man! All right, I have to remake it here. It was too much awesomeness, so it crashed on me. Let me re-add it. So, how do you guys think that the Wilson volleyball, like, what are its attack moves? Would you say?
That's a good question.
Wilson got the power of listening.
You know what? It's fair. I do hear that Wilson is really good at listening. I feel like he has an ultimate that has to be called a spike, right? He is a volleyball after all. It just pops up and then wham.
Okay, here it is. All right, it's going. It's going. Let's see who's off to the right start. It looks like Wilson is apparently very fast because Wilson won the initiative roll. And Uga Tuga is already down to a couple HP. That's not good. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. In the chat, if you guys have votes, this is the final battle of the day. So let us know. And also, I wonder if the watermelons, like, I would assume that they would be partially squished at this point. You know, like half of them are squished from the prior battle. Yeah. Half of them are still, alive and watermeloning.
But you never know, Jedi. More could have grown in the process. They are magical watermelons.
That's true. They can reproduce.
That is a good point. And I feel like even though Bunny Hulk is the Hulk, for some reason, I feel like Uga Tuga has more pent-up anger. Do you get that feeling? Oh, all right, here it is. All right, let me see. Am I sharing the right screen? Yeah, let's see what the story says. This is the final battle of the day.
In a desolate wasteland, the Dark Team's vicious duo, Watermelon armed with her serpentine whips, and the cunning Wilson, cloaked in shadow, square off against the Light Team's colossal Bunny Hulk, radiating raw power, and the swift-footed Uga Tuga, the clanless. As the combatants circle, anticipation crackles in the air like a storm about to break. The battle erupts with explosive ferocity. Watermelon lashes out with her whips, drawing crimson lines across Bunny Hulk's massive form, while Wilson dances through the shadows, attempting to flank their enemies, but the Light Team is quick to respond. Bunny Hulk's fists crash like falling boulders, forcing Wilson to retreat into the shade, while Uga Tuga nimbly darts around Watermelon, slicing through her defenses with a flurry of arrows. Just when victory for the Dark seems within grasp, a thunderous tremor shatters their momentum. The ground beneath them convulses violently as a hidden geyser erupts, spewing luminous steam that cloaks the battlefield. With both teams momentarily disoriented, the Light Team regains footing faster, driven by Uga Tuga's barked commands to coordinate their strikes amidst the chaos. Seizing the advantage, Bunny Hulk barrels through the steam, his fists glowing with light energy. With a monumental swing, he lands a devastating uppercut on Wilson, sending him sprawling. In a synchronized movement, Ugatuga blindsides Watermelon, his arrows finding their mark with unerring precision. Disoriented and overwhelmed, the dark team crumbles, leaving the light triumphant as the dust of battle settles.
Woo! All right.
Wilson, no.
Watermelon. Hey, the images generated by these are absolutely beautiful.
I'm surprised the AI could actually like comprehend it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing I wanted to say is like I said with the monumental swing, Bunny Hawk landed a devastating uppercut on Wilson, sending him sprawling. I feel like if Bunny Hawk uppercut Wilson, it would send him to the moon. Oh my God, Wilson! That's right, Jordan. All right, so the team of the darkness is defeated. Forces of darkness have been defeated for the day, and the forces of light remain with Bunny Hawk and Ugatuga, the clanless,
Victorious, yeah.
victorious and defending the watermelon patch. So that concludes today's session. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to be doing a couple more of these like live pop-up events as we get ready for, you know, the big battle, the big finale. So just to give you guys a little idea where we are here, we have the watermelon patch. It is now defended by the forces of light. We've got a lot of armies building up here on both the light side and the dark side. A lot of armies. And we've got these key battles that are getting ready to take place all throughout the land here. Are there any, Billy, that we should talk about?
During our last event, we mentioned that we currently have a fleet of airships containing dark army troops heading towards the Sky Fortress. So that will most likely be our next big battle we see. But if we go further south, we can see that there is tension brewing at the Blood Shadow Keep with these monstrous creatures. And then if you look down towards the Strait of Zoroth, we can see that there is a bunch of what looks like naval vessels gearing up, and they might be looking to make a counterattack on some of the other isles in the area. So we'll just have to wait and see what's next.
All right. We'll have to wait and see. Well, thank you all for running over to the watermelon patch together with us today. We know it took a lot of work to get over here, but it was a live battle. We had to get there as quick as possible. And we will post some of these recaps online for everyone. And in the next maybe couple of days, you might see another battle. So keep an eye out.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thank you all.